So good afternoon, I'm Rupert Seymour from R3Nc Consulting, and I have the pleasure of talking with Jason Thawley. No Zoom today, as we are physically distancing as well, and we're also on location at the secret campsite in Sussex, sitting in this amazing Opera outside dining pod. The topic we'll be discussing this afternoon is on the camping revolution and also the impact of the coronavirus. Jason is the founder and innovation and design director of R3Nc. Good afternoon. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Excellent. Good. Well, thank you very much for inviting me here.
You're welcome.
I mean, this is an amazing creation, and we'll obviously talk about it
Okay.
more. But firstly, can you provide a bit of insight into how R3Nc came into being?
Yes, well, there's a long story and a short story, so we'll try and keep it short. Basically, my background is in engineering and product design, and I'd say probably about 10 years ago now I was running my own sustainable product design company where we were quite focused on designing products for mass manufacture really, but finding very environmentally friendly ways of doing that and looking for, trying to use recycled or environmentally friendly materials. Spawning on from that, I got into a bit of architecture and sort of found that there's a real interest in that for me. And as part of the whole sustainability sort of thing, I was at the time looking into ways to try and promote and bring a monetary incentive back into managing small English woodlands.
Yeah.
And so the tree tent, one of our suspended treehouse structures that we do, was designed really as an answer to that, to sort of get people into the woodlands in a low impact way, that they can pay the woodland owner to stay there in one of our tree tents, and then that can support a management plan for woodlands. That got picked up on a Channel 4 show, first series of George Clark's Amazing Spaces, and right place, right time really. I think the whole glamping industry was getting going then, and people saw what we were making, and the interest grew from there really until about 3 years ago I set up R3Nc International, company in its own right, just focusing on selling structures.
Okay, so you touched on the sort of tree tent hanging space. Within the sort of product portfolio you have, how many different designs do you
we have three main structures at the moment. So the tree tent, we have another structure we call the fuselage, which is a larger stilted structure, and then a more land-based cabin as such, called the Opera. And it was from the Opera that came the idea for the dining pod shape that we have here.
And you touched on this sort of the glamping piece.
Yes.
I mean, I know the title of this conversation, the camping revolution. So how with the sort of architectural engineering, the woodland piece, suddenly there has been an explosion in sort of camping and people looking for experience. How's that sort of manifested itself in your business?
Well, I think for glamping, we wish there was a better word for it really.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think what it's come into is people are just looking to connect with nature a lot more, and have that sort of experience really of a bit of seclusion, a bit of isolation, and just not having the everyday busyness around them, and just finding a space to be able to be in and do nothing.
And so sort of exploring that a bit further, the relationship with Secret Campsite, obviously we're on location here.
Yes.
How's that sort of come to be?
Well, I was lucky enough to meet Tim just as he was turning what was the old nursery into a campsite, and it was while I was showing the tree tent at a local wood fair. So at the time, the tree tent was just getting going, and Tim was just getting going, and we happened to meet, and I needed some workshop space at the time. I think this was probably 5 or 6 years ago now, and in a way we've sort of both grown together. So Tim's camping business and the tree tents business really, and it's just an amazing place to be able to run our business from. We exist alongside the campers in a nice way, but we also get to trial out some of our new inventions and cabins and actually see how they're used in real time.
It's fantastic. I mean, obviously we're coming through the lockdown period of the pandemic. there's been massive conversation about social distancing. Personally, I prefer more of a sort of physical distancing sort of style. How, with this sort of creation, how is that sort of coming to be? Because with physical distancing, we have to keep a metre plus to a degree, you know. But this design, this way of giving people experience, how's that sort of? What are the key facets there?
Well, I think it runs very closely to the way our ethos is on our structures and how they work in the environment of people looking to get into the outdoors and, you know, have that sort of bit more comfortable camping experience. The sort of clients who we work with, and a bit like the Secret Campsite here, they're very much into giving people space. So in a way, before the pandemic, you know, that remit was always there. So rather than a pack 'em in, pack 'em high mentality, it was like actually let people have some space around them. And part of that sort of, you know, how it feels to us is that we're not creating something new here or a stick and plaster solution to the pandemic problem at the moment. We're creating something that actually, as we go further than the pandemic, can still be something that is a nice place to be. And you know, it's always lovely to eat outdoors. I think it's one of the things we enjoy most about when we go on holiday into countries where the weather's a bit fairer. Today we've got a lovely sunny day, but you know, the heavens do open sometimes, and you know, just creating a space like this means people are, you know, they can get out into the outdoors and but still just have a little bit of protection around them.
I think that key point is so nicely put. The fact that actually it wasn't a pandemic that you designed this for. The concept of space and giving people that experience anyway was always part of your designs. So that's really, really cool to see. And I suppose, you know, within the hospitality sector, you know, there's been so many operators looking to abide by new rules, regulations. I suppose with operators that have got space, these would provide unique, you know, dining areas for people. I mean, you know, we're open here, totally open. Any ideas on sort of enclosing to a degree?
Yes, so I mean, it's a nice warm day today, so it's nice to get some breeze through the structure. But we have optional end panels which can go onto the unit. So actually, as we move out of summer and into autumn and winter, you can close this down and create some really sort of nice, comfortable coziness in a space like this for people that actually can still enjoy eating outdoors all through the season.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Really, really, it's fantastic. So I think you know, for the conversation we've had, it's been fascinating. I think the touching on sustainability. I think leading through into the experience that people will have. I mean, it's a lovely, as you say, a lovely sunny hot day. In the evening, this will be just magical. You know.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, before the what happened this year, we were starting to see hotels and restaurants bring spaces like this into their outdoor areas. Obviously, in the summer months they have this extra space and seating capacity for people, but traditionally in the winter it's everyone inside, and this valuable space of theirs isn't being used. So we started to see businesses bring spaces like this so they could have extra seating and also just give a different, unique experience to the diners, which is something that's really nice.
Exciting plans ahead then. Any sort of final thoughts for the rest of this year and next?
Well, I think things hopefully are slowly starting to sort of, get back on track again, and it's we're just starting to see some more interest come through from people, and obviously, at the moment, this sort of holiday experience is just getting really popular. So, we hope to be a company that's there to help people, sort of create these spaces, and more of them in the future, I hope.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's fascinating. Thank you so much, Jason.
You're
a
welcome.
Really, really interesting conversation, and I wish you all the best for the future. So just like to thank our sponsor, Lisa Bullen from Social Media Sussex, on location here at the Secret Campsite. Thank you very much.